Good evening. It's Kim and Daria, and as promised, we're back to do a little tutorial, and we're going to do it on cornbread for my gluten-free husband. So, here's hoping it turns out well. Now, my granddaughter, Aria, is not allowed to show her face on anything on the computer. However, tonight is an exception because we're doing our little cook together. And so, without further ado, give it up for Aria! Yay!
Hi everyone. So today we're going to be making gluten-free cornbread, and it's a little tutorial, so you can go to your kitchen if you want to follow around, and it'll be a tutorial, and we'll list all the ingredients further now because everyone needs to know the ingredients before they start cooking it, because what if they don't have anything?
Okay, we'll start off, with our 2 cups of cornmeal.
Just got our cornmeal, so we used this big measurement cup, and we used 2 cups of cornmeal. It can be yellow or white, it doesn't matter. It's just based off your preference.
All right, now just grab yourself a decent sized bowl, and we'll put our cornmeal in. Just like that.
Okay, so you guys have probably been waiting for the next step. So after you've done that, take 1 teaspoon and grab some table salt, or just any salt, just not the shaker kind, and just put it in, and then put it in with your cornmeal. Do you get it? Put it in.
All right, next we need some baking soda. So just grab your spoon. You can use the same one that you used for your salt. And it's 1 teaspoon. There we go. Just like that. Easy as can be.
Next, you're going to want to grab 2 large eggs and then put them into a separate bowl, and still keep your old mix, but just put it into a new bowl. And I have a hack actually for kids or adults that aren't the best at making, like, cracking eggs. So I'll show you guys. So grab yourself a handy dandy cup right here, and then I'll actually grab a bigger, like, nozzle cup because this is too small, because basically you crack the egg into the cup, and then you can grab the shells, and then you pour it back in, so you have 2 tries. I got myself here a cup with a large nozzle that I can fit my hand into. So, and this also is a cup that can suction. So look, it does not fall. So you take this, you hit it against your counter, and then hit it, and then take your second egg, hit it against your counter, and then put it into the cup. And then take your 2 eggs and put them into the separate bowl, just like that. So then, after you get your eggs in the bowl, you're going to want to grab yourself a blender, like a whisk, and then blend the eggs so the eggs are whisked. Guys, this step is actually kind of gross, but trust me, it'll make it taste so good. So grab your vinegar and your milk. So what you're going to do is your cup and put like this much of vinegar. No, sorry, I made a mistake. Put, like, you know, your whisked eggs, put like the tiniest amount of vinegar in it. Sorry guys, I keep making this same mistake. I meant, can you put it inside the measuring cup? like grab the same measuring cup from earlier, right here, and you're going to need 2 cups of this. But first, before you add the milk, you should add some vinegar so it adds up to 2 cups with both. But like, don't add that much vinegar. So pour some vinegar in now. So guys, after you put the vinegar in, it is going to stink a bit, but put about like this much vinegar inside your cup, and then make sure to shake your milk, and then put your milk to the 2 cup like line. I just did it in, but the vinegar and the milk aren't really mixing well, so grab your whisk again. You don't have to wash it, but put your whisk in and start mixing it again. After you whisk it a lot, it might expand up to like the 4 cup limit, but that's okay because it's just because you whisked it. And now after that, your vinegar is mixed. Grandma behind me, you might hear the microwave, but say hi, Nana.
Hi, Nana.
Okay, and she is melting some butter.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of butter. And yeah, so we have the 2 tablespoons of butter to like, it's to make it expand, I think. And while
Taste.
and for taste. And when you finish this, pour the milk into the eggs. So I just put the milk inside of the eggs, and we added 2 tablespoons of butter, melted butter actually. Nana, how long did you put the
30 seconds.
30 seconds? Put the butter, 2 tablespoons of butter into a mug and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And then after that, you're going to want to whisk it. After you whisk the wet stuff, make sure like wash your hands first, but like take your fingers and like mix them in a circle direction, like with the cornmeal, salt, and baking soda until it looks all mixed. And then you're going to want to head over to your oven. My Nana's already doing that. But you're going to want to preheat the oven to 420 Fahrenheit, as in 220 Celsius. Place a cast iron skillet or a heavy baking pan in the oven as it heats. So after that, you're going to want to, we already did this, but mix the dry ingredients in a large bowl and then whisk it together. We already did that with our hands. And then after, we're going to want to combine the wet ingredients in a separate bowl. We already did that as well. And then pour the wet ingredient into the dry. So I'm going to do that real quick. Overdo this step, but after you pour it in, take your whisk and gently but generously mix it, but do not overdo it because it will soften the,
Make it tough.
it'll make it tough. To do that real quick. Okay, so after you do that, the mixer didn't really go well for me because the texture at the bottom wasn't like getting to the wet stuff. So I used a spoon, and once the consistency is like this, you're going to want to grab your pan you're going to cook it in. Make sure to ask an adult if you're a kid if this one's okay for the oven. And yeah, so melt another 2 teaspoons. Sorry, no, I meant tablespoons of melted butter, and then put it like in around the pan so it's easy to get out once you cook it. And just like earlier, put it in for 30 seconds. When you're done with your butter, give your dough an extra stir because it might flatten out if you don't. And after that, pour your butter into the pan. And then let it, after that, pour your dough into the pan. After you spread your butter, just pour your dough in. Make sure it's all even at the top. You flatten it out. Put it inside the oven. But if you're a kid like me, ask an adult to put it in the oven for you because you might burn yourself. And you're done. So, bye. Just kidding. You're supposed to put it in for 30 minutes. Do the stick and poke test. If you don't know what that is, if you're a kid like me, ask your parent what the stick and poke test is for baking. And they can do it for you, or you can do it. And yeah, when you're done, let it cool for 5 minutes so it can expand more and it'll be more better to eat.
Okay, everybody, have a great night, and thank you for hanging out with Aria and I. And until next time, so we'll say goodbye and good night from Aria and Nana Kim. That's me. And we'll see you next time. And we might just pull it out after the cornbread and show you what it should look like, okay? All right. I'll show you the bread soon. Okay, bye.